Once the first coat is dried up, no moisture at all. That's very important. If you put on another coat, like I'm about to do with the shading, you're going to get problems. It's going to bleed together. It's not going to look good. So once the first coat is dried up, it took about maybe 10 minutes. Now I'm ready to apply the shading. So what I do for shading is I'll take a little bit of the base color, so that's mostly green, a little bit of orange, and it gets like a little bit of a duller, more realistic green. And then a lot of people think black is what you add to it to make shadow, but really black will just make it look flatter and more two-dimensional, and you don't want that. Blue, dark blue, is probably the best idea for that. It has a really good effect, and you can add a little tiny bit of black, but mostly it's going to be mixed with blue. So I'm taking blue, I'm mixing with the green, and then I'm taking a little bit of black, not much, just a little bit, and just adding it in there just to give it a little extra darkness. But blue is the main color that we're mixing with our base green to get the shadow color. Once I do that, I get, again, a decent amount of water, not as much as we did for the base coat, but it's still pretty wet. And then what I do is I go to the first area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply this to underneath the jaw and down the neck. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a little bit there, down the neck, and I'm going to stop. And you have to do this in small bits at a time. And before that dries, I'm going to use the same brush I did before, but sometimes you could use a broader brush. I'm going to wet it down, get all the paint off, dry it real quick on my rag, and then I'm going to very carefully just run it over the border of the dark that I just applied. And if you can see, it gives it a very nice blending look. So it's like a very gradual shadow, a very nice natural shadow that you would see on the underbody of the animal. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply that to the belly and underneath the tail as well.